talk about the absolute powerhouse confrontation that just took place in the dark, secretive basement of Joey Armstrong's casino. I am talking about the moment Vanessa McBride walked into that private back room and came face to face with the one and only Heather Armstrong, aka The Impaler. Let's set the scene because the tension was so thick you could cut it with a knife. Vanessa has been strutting around Fairmont Crest like she is the undisputed queen of Joey's castle. She has been playing the role of the supportive, ride-or-die girlfriend, thinking she has Joey completely figured out. She thinks she is the only woman who holds the keys to Joey's dark, complicated heart. So imagine her absolute shock and horror when she waltzes into Joey's private basement sanctuary, a place strictly off limits to the public, and finds another woman standing there looking entirely too comfortable. I was screaming at my screen. Vanessa's face was a picture of pure, unadulterated fury and confusion. You could see the gears turning in her head as she immediately went into territorial girlfriend mode. She demands to know who this woman is and why she is in Joey's private domain. And guys, Heather's response? It was iconic. It was legendary. It will go down in soap opera history as one of the most savage clapbacks of the decade. Heather looks Vanessa dead in the eye, completely unbothered, and delivers this absolute masterpiece of a line. I don't mix drinks, and I don't deal cards. I'm not a prostitute, but I've shared a bed with Joey for years. Are you kidding me? I fell off my chair. The sheer audacity of Heather to word it exactly like that. Vanessa looked like she had just been slapped across the face with a wet fish. She was not happy at all. You could see the pure jealousy radiating off Vanessa in waves. But here is the most hilarious and dramatic part of this entire exchange. Vanessa has absolutely no idea that Heather is Joey's sister. Heather knows exactly what she is doing. She is purposely teasing Vanessa, playing on her insecurities and letting her believe that she is some long-term secret lover. Heather knows that Vanessa is Joey's woman, and she is testing her. She wants to see how Vanessa reacts. And honestly, can you blame Vanessa for losing her mind? If you walked into your man's secret basement and a gorgeous woman told you she's been sharing his bed for years, you would be throwing hands too. Is anyone else like me? Would you have flipped that casino table? Let me know in the comments. But the dramatic irony here is just, we, the audience, know that they shared a bed because they grew up together as siblings. But Vanessa's probably going to ask 20 different interrogating questions before she finally pieces together that this woman isn't the other woman, but her boyfriend's flesh and blood. However, this brings up a terrifying point. Will Vanessa and Heather end up in a massive all-out war? Vanessa does not know anything about Joey's sister. She has been kept completely in the dark about Heather's existence. Will this encounter trigger Vanessa's investigative instincts? We all know Vanessa is not the type of woman to just let things go. She is going to start digging. She is going to want to know everything about Heather. But guys, this is where I am terrified for Vanessa. She doesn't know that she is dealing with the Impaler. She is digging into the life of a ruthless international crime boss who runs a horrific plasma ring on the red market. If Vanessa starts poking her nose where it doesn't belong, she could end up in a body bag. Heather is not someone you cross. Do you think Heather will eventually reveal her true dark identity to Vanessa? Right now, probably not. Heather likes to play her cards close to her chest. But in the future, nothing is certain. And I am praying for Vanessa's safety. Now, let's pivot to the real chilling reason Heather is back in Fairmont Crest. She didn't just come back to redecorate Joey's casino or taunt his girlfriend. Heather is back with a deadly mission. She wants to eliminate Bradley Smitty Smith. My blood ran cold during this. Smitty is getting too close to the truth. His investigative journalism regarding the red market and Lynette Wise's disappearance is threatening Heather's entire operation. Heather tells Joey, point blank, that she wants Smitty dead. She wants him taken out. She is demanding that her brother order a hit on a beloved journalist. But Joey, surprisingly, puts his foot down and stops her. He flat out refuses. Now, let's not get it twisted. Joey isn't refusing because he has suddenly grown a moral compass. Joey is refusing because of pure, cold, political calculation. Smitty is married to Martin Richardson. Martin is a newly minted, highly influential congressman. Joey desperately needs Martin to stay in power and stay on his good side so that Joey can protect his casino and his own shady business deal. If Smitty gets murdered, the political fallout would be catastrophic. The FBI, the local police, everyone would descend on Fairmont Crest and Joey's empire would crumble. But Heather's response to Joey's logic? It was bone-chilling. When Joey points out that Smitty is married to a politician, Heather just shrugs and coldly remarks that everyone loves to see a grieving widow, implying that Martin's political career would actually benefit from the sympathy votes if his husband was murdered. She is unhinged. She has absolutely zero empathy. I was hyperventilating. Joey realizes that his sister is completely out of control. He knows he has to stop her from killing Smitty, but he also knows that Heather won't just let this go. Smitty is still relentlessly pursuing the identity of the Impaler. So what is Joey going to do? I have a strong theory, guys. I think Joey's going to step in and help Heather threaten Smitty. Joey doesn't want the mess of a murder on his hands, so he might use his own goons and his own terrifying influence to intimidate Smitty into dropping the investigation. Joey is going to have to play a very dangerous game of keeping his sister happy while keeping Smitty alive. It is a ticking time bomb. And speaking of ticking time bombs, the police station is an absolute powder keg right now. We have to talk about the explosive dynamic between Police Chief Elon Hawthorne and his son Jacob. Elon is absolutely terrified, and frankly, he is acting incredibly suspicious. Elon corners Jacob at the station, and things get physical. Elon actually grabs Jacob. This is huge. Elon warns his son, in no uncertain terms, to stay completely away from Smitty and to stop cooperating with him on the Impaler investigation. Elon is demanding that Jacob drop his alliance with the journalist. He tells Jacob to stop playing games and to follow strict protocol. But why is Elon acting so aggressively? Yes, as a father, he is worried about Jacob's safety. Jacob has been spiraling ever since Derek Baldwin took that bullet for him during the plasma ring sting. Jacob is consumed by survivor's guilt and a reckless need for revenge. Elon knows that going after the Impaler is essentially a suicide mission. But is it just fatherly concern? I don't think so. I think there is a much darker layer here. Remember, Smitty literally bumped into Elon right before this confrontation. I strongly believe that Joey Armstrong is pulling Elon's strings. Joey has massive influence in this town. Joey knows that Jacob broke into his place and didn't follow protocol. Joey wants the police off his back, and he definitely wants them off his sister. I think Joey is secretly pressuring Elon to shut Jacob and Smitty down. Joey is likely using his leverage over the police chief to ensure that this investigation dies quietly. If Joey is manipulating Elon, then Jacob and Smitty are fighting a war on two fronts. They're hunting a ruthless crime boss, and they're being sabotaged by their own police department. I am literally losing my mind over the interconnected web of lies, corruption, and danger in Fairmont Crest right now. Vanessa is sleeping with a criminal and fighting with a crime boss she thinks is just a jealous ex. Smitty is typing up articles while a literal assassin is plotting his demise. Jacob is trying to avenge his best friend while his own father physically restrains him. And Joey is sitting in the middle of it all, trying to juggle his murderous sister, his clueless girlfriend, and a corrupt police chief. What do you guys think? Is Vanessa going to figure out Heather's true identity before it's too late? Will Joey actually go through with threatening Smitty, or will Heather bypass her brother and try to kill the journalist anyway? And what is Jacob going to do now that his own father is standing in his way? Sound off in the comments below, because I need to know I am not the only one having a heart attack over this show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. so you never miss a rant. Until next time, stay safe, trust no one, and keep watching the gates.